Well, what'd you think? Now do you know why I put that thumbnail ahead of time? Now do you know what I we're just 4 hours? Do we do 4 hour roughly? 4 hours? Is that right? 11? 4 hours? It is over. It is over. Now, first, relax. Take a deep breath. Just wait. Wait for it to hit you. Wait, relax. Relax. I want to hear everybody speak. Remember at the end of The Sopranos when they ended with that, what? And people said, this is the worst. And then they waited and they said, you know what? That was pretty good. Candace was superb. If you wanted somebody to go for the throat and attack him, it's not her style. Would I have liked to have seen that? Yeah, I would. But it's not her style. It's not who she is. She's not one to go out. I think I would have been a prick. I would have done everything in my power to make him go nuts and to make him lose his mind. That's my style. I told you. I would have done things differently. But do you think he paid somebody paid him $300,000 for that? He paid $300,000 for that? She killed it. Let me just tell you something right now. She walks away. She owns it. She looked like she was debating a lunatic, like she was in a mental hospital. And this guy, and I thought for a while, he did a couple of things. And then towards the end, he lost his mind. He went off. Where is he going? So many things, just randomly. First of all, when he said, I hate women, what a prick. No, he's a dick. He's an asshole. He is a profound. Oh my God. Did you hear her say pickle? I did. Oh, Lordy, it was wonderful. It was glorious. And there's so many things. When he said, and I hate women, and I think fembots, he's a man. I don't know what this is. I don't know what, I don't understand what that whole thing is. Maybe because I'm not a 13-year-old, barely pubescent boy. I don't know. I don't know what his story is. But that's the part that got me. Right off the bat. Also, your reactions are incredible. Right here we go. Neil Upsis says, Pickles' body language. Yes, at the end of a severely beaten man, he should have recorded himself setting fire to $100 bills for 3 hours instead. Probably the best if he paid any of them. How do you know? How do we know TPUSA did say, you go around here and I'm going to send this. Do you have here? You get this. Neff, you send it here. Do you have a big good? Do you have a Venmo? Who knows? This guy didn't have 2 nickels to rub together. This Jadrul. Did you see how his leg was twitching and fidgeting at first? Candace was so cool. So cool. She was just she had an equanimity. He had something in his ear. Very interesting. He very well could have. Well, put it this way. I think what he had in his ear was cerumen or earwax, because he didn't understand the facts of the case when he became priggish and became a complete dick when he said, oh yeah, what are the charges? Go ahead. What are the charges? And she says, now, wait a minute, take it easy. Wait a minute, hold it. I love when she says, excuse me, do you just start in the middle of, by the way, the editing was so poor. Whoever his editors were, they're like in the middle of his sentence. Wait a minute, what? Hold it, you can't. Well, I didn't do that. They're your people. And he's all. Well, do you know about the steak? Who cares about the panguitch? The sandwich at the Panguich. Who cares? What are you talking about? Nota Loca says, it was very entertaining to see a friend defend her deceased friend and to be very intellectual and disciplined with a man with that clearly is compromised. Oh, yes, indeed. Sure, a source code says, well, the important thing is to me, at least shown was paid. Let me try this again. Important thing to me, at least shown he was paid to be anti-logical and not be suspicious of known corrupt government lies. PTUSA gave him the 300,000. Well, I don't think that's the narrative, but I wouldn't be surprised. And if they gave it to him, well, what the hell is this GoFundMe thing for? People wanted, Mickey Moses, people wanted Candace to be more aggressive, but she had to watch out for the legal minds that Pickles tried to wrap her with. What a payday. Listen, I'm telling you, you're going to say right now, just like we did with the Sopranos ending, you're going to say, you know what? I think Chase, you know what? Come and think, you know what? She's got to stay within her style. She's got to be, I'm just irascible, iracund. I'm abrasive. I go for the throat. You know, it's my style. But we all would have done that differently. In fact, I probably could have ruined it. I thought at the end everything was fine until he completely towards the end, just, I don't know what the word is. He just kind of, I don't know. By the way, how about a big, you know what? How about a big hand for Mr. Patrick Bet David? Wasn't he great? Wasn't he fantastic? He sat there. He could have set himself on fire. He could have gone full Vietnam monk, dropped gasoline on himself, immolated him, and nobody would have noticed. He could have disrobed, squat over a goldfish bowl. He could have disappeared. He could have just left, which probably was good. He didn't do his intro. How about, wait a minute, he starts off reading. He was reading. What was that? Off of a phone? Oh my. That's it. You're a debater? Pickles? This is Keep It Moving. Says Pickles is an idiot. He can't complain about Candace Owens not showing evidence if he doesn't ask her questions about the case. He did everything in his power to stay calm, yes. And he talked about everything but the case. Mama Carrie says, not a fan of PBD, but at least he wasn't biased, in my opinion. Candace definitely kicked that pickle. He wasn't biased. He didn't do anything, which is great. He was terrific. In fact, when you look at him in action, he was great. Did you notice his countenance? He just was fantastic. How about that really cornball? You see when he had the Valuetainment little logo that somebody made at camp behind him? How cheesy was that? He said doze, doze. Listen, he's okay. This is no whiz bang. He is no Neil Bohr. That's all I'm going to tell you. It's my world. Bless your heart. Thank you so much. Says he could not name any of the charges. I know. I don't know what did he come to debate? What did he think evidence of complicity or conspiracy are? You don't have evidence of Israel. Well, okay, but what do you want? Some Mossad agent goes, okay, I must tell you. It was me. I was the one. Bibi called me and told me. Where do they think this is? I mean, just where? And then he says, do you have, what is it? Not evidence. Ongoing live evidence, operative evidence. He had a word for this. And from Alabama says, who on earth would hire him as a debate coach? That's right. And he paid $300,000 for this. I hope if somebody said that she gets some shaman or a priest or something to decontaminate that. Shrey said he was nothing in front of Candace. Giant versus inferior. Oh yes, yes. I thought he just, no. This was his chance to shine. And also, it's one thing if I say, I don't understand it. I don't get it. You haven't shown me everything. What is he called? Not operative evidence. Anyway, he doesn't, he is, anyway, I'm sorry. I'm very excited. Ginger Mom, 4 hours I've been sitting here. 4 hours. I love calling him out on everything, on not knowing the charge. That was the best. And he says, go ahead. Let's see if you know this. Go ahead. Yes, I know this. Bob Law says, shaking like a leaf in the hands of all. PBD, weak, moderate, in my opinion. Oh, he didn't know what he was doing. Bless his heart. But you know what? For a guy who has such little talent, he's done very far. Seriously, you know what he is, by the way? He and to be honest, they're both the Rula Lenska of this. One day they showed up and they say, I'm PBD. Who the fuck are you? I'm PBD. I'm Iranian. I'm a millionaire. Look at me. I'm getting off a plane. Why am I talking like Count Dracula? I don't know. Nota Loca says, another thing that's very, very important. Forget about him wearing an earpiece. If you really want to analyze what he was saying, he was really trying to get Candace to say something so she would be sued. Now, if that was his goal, first of all, there's one thing that Candace Owens, and bless her heart, she knows libel inside and out. And she even says, believe it or not, she can do it the right way and still get sued. She knows exactly what to say. Believe me, this judge rule is not going to in any way lure her in, but it's a good point. Smurf Farm says he acted like a dildo. LOL. I know you will catch the joke because, come on, you're Lionel. Dildo, dill pickle, DILL. I got it. Lionel, best sense of humor ever. Thank you so much. Source code. Ooh, source code. Not that late for you. It says Andrew isn't stupid, which somehow makes it worse. Thousands of years of history screaming, question those in power, and he's standing there like, nah, these guys seem trustworthy. I don't know what his thing was. I can sit there and say, okay, you believe in God. What proof do you believe in God? What? Do you have any pictures of God? You go, what are you talking about? Okay. You say your wife loves you. Do you have any proof of it? Okay, you say Israel's involved. Okay. Well, seriously, you don't see people who say, okay, I'm from the CIA. Hello, I'm from Tel Aviv. Yes, I'm involved. No, Erica sent me. I don't know what Mr. Debate needs. And did you hear him go through this stuff about, well, the 30 out of 6, and he made a big point about, she never asked him specifically, were you, one question, were you in the Army? He goes, were you a sniper instructor in the Army? No, I wasn't a sniper instructor. The question is, were you in the Army? Because some people said he was, some people said he wasn't. Get him to bring him in. Are you, where were you in the Army? Where were you stationed? What was your MOS? Blah, 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 blah. Ask him that, because that's the only thing. And that wasn't a fault. That was just, I personally want to know that. How do you think Rachel, his wife, thinks? You think she says, come here, you son of a bitch. You look like an asshole. An asshole. What's the matter with you? You red? What is this? Do you ever see people at the best man? And I want to say, as far as I'm concerned, that Jerry he's the master debater. Our good friend, I think I said, yes, I said that. You said this very, very good. Ginger Mama says, PBD image is wrong. Missed the man, spread vomit. Well, yeah, I think he was just trying to be comfortable. I got to hand it to him. He didn't say anything. His interesting, have you noticed when he says, I think we're over here, and he tries to give he's like the guy that they said, Patrick, would you say a few words for but Patrick, can you offer a toast? And he thinks he's kind of like he's glib or he's a man of letters or something, or he's able to speak. He's not. I don't know where, but he started off at first and then he kind of stops. And that's why we realized today, because these incredible people, I said, anyway, let's go. He just says, okay. And at the end, and that's why, because you, please, because it's really, I want to thank you. And you were the one. And how about at the end, Candace was so gracious. And she goes, I want to thank you very much, PBD. Thank you, PBD. Thank you. And our great friend, thank you so much. Candace, that's what a victor sounds like. And what does Dickweed say? Well, I don't think he got anything. Never led a hand to me. Never proved a point. I mean, never. He is a dick. He is, to his soul, to his essence, to his. There's. I mean, this is not the most intellectually appointed place, but my God, what an asshole. Anyway, Tatanka says, for weeks, he is describing her about, overwhelming evidence, and today it's only his opinion. He doesn't know what he's saying. And at the end, he was saying, what about the steakhouse? Who cares about the steakhouse? Just let the steakhouse go. Don't worry. Well, how do you know about the steakhouse? Forget the steakhouse. Were you there? She goes, I talked to the owner. Okay, but you know for sure? I said, I talked to the owner. Yes. But what about did you get a receipt? Yes, the receipt. It was on, everybody saw the receipt. Yes, but was it a debit card? Who cares if it was a debit card? What's the matter with you? Did he go to the bathroom? I don't know. Why are you focusing on this? This was his big point. This was it. And then he goes, well, you made a mistake. You said that, what was the story? You said that the DNA, you said that Lancer's DNA. He goes, Candace says, no, wait a minute, hold it. As you remember at first, it was a bit difficult. In fact, the technician said at first was rather equivocal as to whether there was a DNA on but you know about the DNA. I just said, dickhead. I just said. Did you hear what I just said? I said, and I corrected it. It's not that big of a deal. Do you understand that? His DNA, by the way, it takes years before it's corrupted. Yes, but did he go to the Penguich? Are you talking about the steakhouse again? What is with you in the steakhouse? What? Somebody, you're Our good friend Annie Young says, I believe he was sent to get her sources. He kept getting mad because she wasn't coming off them. Poor TV USA lost their money. Now remember, he says it's his money. But right now somebody says, "Oh yeah, Jerry, yeah, hi, this is Blake Neff. Do we send that? That check to dickhead over here? Yeah, him. Did we send that check? Yeah, about the debating. Yeah, well, cancel it. Did he cash it? Good, cancel it. Yeah, and get his name off of anything. Yeah, we don't know him. Thank you. Yes, I went to TV USA and I was in the hallways. And I saw Erica and I hung her. Excuse me, you said she was retarded. Yes, I said she was retarded. But so you think she's retarded? Well, I think all women are retarded. You think all women are retarded? And backstage, Rachel, his wife, said, you son of a bitch, you're killing us. We're down 300K, and now you're insulting half of the population of the planet? Even trannies are finding him. Did anybody like him? Mama Carey says, I think Candace won over PBD. Oh, I think so too. PBD said, listen, I ain't saying nothing. I got to tell you a true story by analogy. Years ago, I had a friend of mine who was a high school football referee. he went I'm sorry, please. He went, and he's a nice size guy, but he's like a red-haired Irishman, like his name is like Rusty or something. And he's with another white Irish-looking guy, and they went to the inner city, and it was a football game, and they were there, and he told his folks, he goes, I don't want to see a flag, I don't want to see nothing. You understand that? And he goes, why? Look where we are. And this was an inner city this was a tough group. And these two white Irish guys with freckles are going to be dropping penalty flags? No. I don't care if they kill each other. We're not going to do it. You understand? That was PB Day. I'm going to sit like this. I'm going to sit like this. I'm just listening. Ben's got to know his limitations. I'm here. I don't know what's going on. I'm just here. I came to Nashville. I have no idea. I even wore his, like, you see his shoes? Why do men wear that? Why do you wear those shoes with like rubber soles? Come on, man. At least Dickweed, has his, he looks like he's, I don't know what he looks like. What the hell do I know? Leslie Watson says 75 to 85%. Don't know what that means. 75 to 85% what? Rick Parker says his left foot revealed just how nervous he was. Yes. In fact, his right foot, because it was his right foot, because I could see that little red thing on his sole, he was doing this shaking. Oh, yeah. And Candace was like this, so cool, and when she does that little giggle, it's the most dismissive, the most beautiful of them all. Mizzy Lopez says he wasn't there to debate the case. He was there as a paid mouthpiece for Erica Kirk. If he was, they paid him too much. And if he was, he didn't even bring Erica Kirk. And like a dickhead, he says, do you have any basis for why do you believe in Erica Kirk? Why you got Candace said, yeah. And she went through it again. That's what I thought. And Erica was saying, thanks, Dick. Thanks. Now why do you ask her to tell everybody in case they didn't hear it the first time? Pickles, why do you do that? Why did you just say, yes, Candace, yes. In case somebody missed what you said, could you repeat all the stuff you said about Erica Kirk? If you want, you're the expert. Max Blow says, no doubt Candace's socials are going to get more fans from whatever PBD and Andrew live streams today. Oh, well, let me tell you something. You don't understand. He walked back to his car and he said, well, it's over. Nothing. He wasn't on the defensive. He didn't score anything. And there's so many things he could have done. There's so many things. Now that it's after the fact, he could have said something like, listen, Candace, Charlie was a friend of yours. And I understand it. But I want you to understand something. You and I are on the same page. I'm trying to find out who killed him. That's what I want to find out. I'm with you 100%. And I'm going to wait, and I'll always keep my mind open, but I don't think it's there, Candace. And I don't blame you, because sometimes it's hard to believe. This is the old argument. Sometimes it's hard to believe that something as seemingly insignificant as this twit, this goofy person, could have done something. To bring down a man is great. This is what they said about Lee Harvey Oswald. This is old. And I know what you're saying, because you can't believe that somebody as great as John F. Kennedy could have been felled by somebody as insignificant as Lee Harvey Oswald. I know this. I know what you feel, and I know what we've heard that before a gazillion times. It's just one of those things. I mean, there's so years ago, one time there was a woman. It was a prosecutor, and it was the mother of the defendant. And this poor woman gets up there, and I said, Mrs. So-and-so, I said, your Jerome is your son. He goes, yes. And you love your son, yes. And you wouldn't want to see anything bad happen to him, now would you? No. Thank you, ma'am. Nothing further, Your Honor. That was it. I just impeached the witness. I basically said that her testimony or her whatever was biased or skewed because she's the mother. What do you expect her to say? He could have tried something like that. I understand, Candace. You've been through this. And you've been through, but sometimes, a cigar is just a cigar. And listen, if you can prove me wrong, you let me know. But I just don't think the evidence. Anyway, something along those. He could have been even remotely. Why are you insulting women? Gwig said, what will be the outcome, if any, of today's debate? Nothing. Candace goes through the roof. Candace picks up the numbers. Candace goes just like you can't believe. And he kind of lumbers off into obscurity. Because is there anything about him today that you liked? Was he, at the end, he sounded like a dick. His whole thing was, you didn't beat me. You didn't lay a hand on me. I'm still great. I didn't lose. You think I lost, did you? No, I didn't lose. I didn't lose at all. No, you lost. It's really, seriously, mind-bogglingly. Did you see what I mean? Did you see anything like this? NB says, he made his points for his own audience. They don't require logic and critical thought. They merely want an excuse to continue to obey the authorities. Thank you. One clarification. He doesn't have an audience. The audience are the people who hate Candace. And the people wanted him to destroy Candace. So they don't like him either. He didn't do his job. He basically said, you don't have any evidence. We don't know anything. It's like, what? That's the best you can do? Come on. You told us you were going to come on. Let's win one. You didn't win anything. His job was to go out and he doesn't have an audience. It was like, come on, you told me you were going to tear Candace apart. She ended up thanking everybody. What the hell was this about? You failed miserably, son. Miserably. You don't have it. You don't have it in you. You never had it. Somewhere along the line, you came to us out of the blue like Rula Lenska. And all of a sudden, they said, who the hell is Rula Lenska? Well, who the hell are you, Ish? Yes. Who are you, Pickles? Who are you? I'm surprised you didn't bring out that sniz business, which was still, this is how low this guy is. Low rent, trailer trash, backwater. This intellectual simpleton. Nothing. Did you hear him trying to read the pathological report and talk about the carotid? What do you call it? The choroided? He didn't know what the hell he is so over his head. Didn't even know the charges. Well, you said murder. Oh, one thing, Candace, if you're listening, you were great with that 1101, whatever rule. She knew about the hearsay. She used the word probative. She's doing lawyer talk, and he says, probative, what the hell are you talking about? What are you talking about? She was great. And she kept saying, evidentiary hearing, the hearsay, and he said, what he wanted to do was say, I don't know what you're saying. Blink once if you can help me. I don't know what you're saying. There she is. Kristen Will says, says, why was his leg twitching so bad? Yes, and I think PPD just learned a whole lot of new information he didn't see coming. Listen, PPD was a good person. You know why? Because he just sat there. He didn't do anything. He just sat in front of the mic and he had some good. He really did it. Seriously. No hits, no runs, no errors. And thank you, Kristen. You're mighty kind. Let's go to Brock says, I think they were after her sources. What sources? All you gotta do is listen to her. Listen to her show. She talks about this all the time. Do you understand how, whenever you talk about anything involving war or history or social matters, you sometimes say things where you really don't have evidence per se. You don't have evidence per se. I mean, to tell you, this is some of the most incredible thing in the world. This is brutal stuff. Brutal. And he actually, he's never, when we thought about the FBI years ago and before COINTELPRO became known, later on, everything we thought was correct. During 9/11, everything we thought of, sometimes I'll never get an answer as to why there was a 16-foot diameter hole in the Pentagon. I don't know this. So do you have any proof? No, I don't have any. That's the thing. When you know something's wrong, when you come home, Manson used to do this called creepy crawlies or creepy crawlers. He would move furniture. People come home and go, what the hell is this? And your couch is over here instead. Nothing's missing. But he said, well, what do you think? The furniture's moving. Somebody was here. It's called circumstantial evidence. Well, did you see anybody? No, I didn't see anybody. What are you talking about? It's It's mind-boggling. Ginger Mama says, AW not showing the text from TPUSA, my show. Oh, it's not showing the text from TPUSA, my show. I don't know what that means. He's not showing the text. Oh, from TPUSA. And what was it? Oh, what was this big thing about? And here's this thing out of text. This is a text from Charlie, who says, "Be careful, I think the left's after me." Yeah. Okay. What does that mean? They're trying to say, see, it was Tyler. Tyler's not the left. Tyler's not the left. A lot of people thought this, the left. He's only been basically, who are the people he's been talking to? He has been talking to for years people from the left, the non-conservatives. It wasn't until the very end that any talk about Israel or any type of retribution for his thoughts about Israel or Iran before that came up. So yeah, he thought that. What was the point? See, I've got this. Okay. The same people who thought that somehow the defense memorandum was an admission that that Tyler committed guilt. What? Remember that one? Zamid says, dumbass beats badass. Ooh, I like that. Cheryl, whatever, Lindy said, why didn't Candace Owens counter questions him more to expose him? I will say this to you. We have our styles. And there is a part of her that is saying, I know this doesn't matter, but he means maybe more to you than he does to me. I don't know. He's a dickweed. I'm not going to lose I'm pregnant. I don't want to cause my child stress. You know, she, I don't know if they had any bathroom breaks, but bless her heart. What do you think the wife thought too? That's what I want to know. Our good friend, let me see, the Salty Princess says he paid $300,000 to get notice on a huge podcast. No one even knew who he was. He thinks it'll pay out in the long run. He doesn't have anything to offer. Again, it's like winning America's Got Talent, and you're one of these schmoes who say, "What do you want? Did anybody say, hey, I like that guy? Anybody? No, I like that Andrew guy. Yes, this guy's great. Who? That guy who does this? Yes. I can't wait to, what's it called? The Crucible. Ooh, I can't wait to see this." It was like, what are you, nuts? What did I learn? You didn't bring anything. Did you have the receipt for the steakhouse? Are you talking about the steakhouse again? Are you talking about this thing? I swear to God, you mentioned the steakhouse. I'm going to bludgeon you with my lint roller. Stop bringing it about. Did you have the receipt? You won't stop, will you? That was his big. He talks about stuff that he's a gunsmith. I only wish somebody would have said, were you in the Army ever? When were you in the Army? Where were you assigned? What was your MOS? Whatever it is. That's the only thing. Eric, I was talking about you. My dear friend, Eric Thaddeus Walters, one of the smartest people perambulating, locomoting, and peregrinating around our globe. He's from Italia. He says, everyone be like Jeff Bridges' character, the dude in the Big Lebowski scene with two art critics. Who the fuck is this guy? Yeah, indeed. I miss you, my friend. We must chat. He is one of the most, watch him we did some great interviews about the Pope and the Vatican. Oh, he's the Vatican guy. Oh, he knows his stuff. It is scary. Let me turn my woozy back on again. This is how, my God, I put it on the 4-hour mark and it ran out. Mrs. Ellis says, are you still doing this? Yes. Yes. Journey One says, I was waiting for Candace to get one of her kids to explain things to him. Yes, that would be great. Yes. You see, Pickles, you've got it all wrong, my friend. Look at this. Back Florida 911 gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much, my friend. Benty says, him saying yes, I'm fine without her asking. Too much fun. Yes, I remember that. Zamet says, anyone else fed up with Fed slap? You mean the term? Did you see his bingo? Go to his Crucible about his bingo card about things that are going to be said. I don't remember her saying half of that stuff. I don't think she ever watches him. Sam Bonadonna, a good woman, says, saying that you know something, then asking your opponent to say it first is the most juvenile thing you can do in the debate. He couldn't list the charges if a gun was pointed to his head. And I also think, by the way, remember, you know why you're there. They didn't spring this topic on him. They knew exactly what it was. And it goes to show, really, after the aggravated murder, it's just like Luigi Mangione is going to plead to stalking. Why? Because there's no murder, but he's looking at the same thing. Read what the charges are. Candace, I got to tell you something. She was talking probative value. She was talking hearsay, and she was talking about the evidentiary weights and everything like a pro. She's excellent. Source says, I hate the left-right stuff. I am 50. Been here long enough to see it's all a game of the same mission being pushed by so-called different views and the old game of division. It works. We must stop it. Thank you. And you are correct. In fact, what's very interesting to note about this is go back and check Carol Quigley, the book Tragedy and Hope, about the left-right paradigm, how we're going to throw the bums out and two sides of the same coin. You're right. It's an old trope, if you will. That makes no sense. Jessica Nicole says he offered Candace $300,000 to debate us days later. If you would help me in donating money to this financial burden, yes, he's the only one who basically says, I'm going to be doing this, and then please help me. It's like I've gifted a number of orphans, a number of people. And by the way, could you help me out with that? Wait a minute, you said, yeah, I know, but I don't have the money. Well, why'd you do it? To look cool? Can you help me? Yes or no? Can you help me? I've got to GoFundMe. I got to help me out page. Please help me. That is the most low rent thing. Oh, and to help with other things as well. It's like you can't even do that right. Shrey India says, sir, that's what he did with Dave Smith. That's why I mentioned him in your live yesterday. His minions called him winner when Dave was clearly so offended. Well, you know people are good. We have bots, not bots, but trolls. I don't understand it. You got to have that. And it's like, and they say that because nobody really believes it. He said, hey, come here. You really think this Jadrul won? No. You did it why? Because I hate Candace. Right. Just say it. Okay, all right, I hate Candace. Nobody likes him. Nobody sits there and says, hey, that guy's good. That guy's good. Nobody. Isn't that the point of that? Kate Grand Rapids says he immediately redefined overwhelming evidence as evidence I find very convincing. Yes. Those are not the same. Overwhelming means so persuasive that little reasonable basis for opposite conclusion. Yet he agreed to a stalemate. It's very good, by the way. What was he talking about? Operational, positive evidence? Was it he kept using this term, positive evidence. Ashley, thank you so much. Ginger Mama says, Blakey Neff posted on X, Ian and Barron on fire. Blakey Neff posted on X, Ian and Barron on fire. He posted? That's odd. Sparky weighs in. Sparky says, Pickles did as best as he was equipped to do. He was ill-equipped. Yes. And we know that. And we're glad. We're glad of it. Ari says he harped on the most trivial parts because he couldn't argue the substance of the entire thing. It was watching a 7-month pregnant gladiator slice an ant. Absolutely. Of all the things in the world to say you are, of all the things in the world to say you are, of all the, the stuff that you claim to be a debater, to claim to be this debater, that you are skilled, this master rhetorician, that you are so versed, you are so immane, so colossal in your powers that you're not even human. You're not human in your powers. You're not. It goes to show you an absolute. I don't know what the word is. It's kind. I don't think he's doing it just to make money. I think he means this. I think there's some mild mental illness there, kind of a personality disorder. Eric says Jungian self-projection has replaced logic, reason, and critical thinking in all institutions. Enter Sweet Pickles. Yes, his whole his is a bravado thing. It's not about I. And when he said the thing about women, you have no idea. You're saying that. You are actually saying, truly, literally saying that you hate women, or that you. His wife's got to be just absolutely just disgusted by this. Hot Girl Walk says, now Andrew's give as go will get flooded as evidence that Andrew won. I'm just saying, if I were, let's just say, if I were TPUSA and I said, let's kind of make the money get cleaned up a little bit and sent back through, maybe we might want to show. Either way, the fact that he's got to beg for money is sad. But remember, it's to sustain it. It's to sustain this. Candace goes through the roof today. She absolutely goes through the roof. Ginger Mama says, justice for baby bump listening to Pickles for 3 hours. Yeah, that poor, I hope that. Right, her little boy says, what the hell is this? I'm picking up on this. Don't worry, son. That's not that, is it? No, God, no. No, that's a carnival barker. That guy runs a Tilt-A-Whirl concession at a Midway. These names. SM Riddy says, she saved him so many times from the boxing corner. She completely ate him. Hope we don't have to hear him again. His legs don't want to be there. Yes, did you notice this? There was a sense of little things. It was almost like nervousness, like he was waiting to go to the principal's office or the DMV or the doctor, or he was awaiting bad news. Hey, Stranger says, Fed's worried about locating all copies of the steakhouse receipts. He grilled her on if she had a copy. This was the most. That only goes to show, and even if it's true, that's merely a part of the timeline. That's a part of it that goes to show you the implausibility of the narrative as provided. Leslie Watson says Pickles stated 75 to 85% guilt, leaves reasonable doubt on the table. Yeah, I don't know what that even meant. Oh, and he was trying to say that, well, he was trying to suggest that, no, you can get debris in the, and this was a very interesting point too. He said, you can get some debris or dust. They said dust, not dirt or debris, but they said there was dust in the barrel, not because he said, well, the gun was thrown down. I thought he was wrapped up. But anyway. But when O'Brien, Rob O'Neill, the former Navy SEAL who supposedly dispatched bin Laden, when he comes along and he says, no, I think this happened as well. And not only that, he should have said, well, these are anomalous. And as you know, Candace, when we looked at people who saw President Kennedy's assassination, people also looked at motions, and even there was a debate there. So you're right. Sometimes it's a very interesting thing what happens to the head. I know he could have said anything, but tried to, dare I say, mollify her just a tad, just maybe bring it down a little bit. Leslie, yeah, I saw that. Thank you so much. Logan, Missy says, as a man speaking on behalf of 99% of men, disagree with Andrew on his view of women. Women aren't retarded. He acts like a child. It's very sad. You're right. This is a man, by the way, who I told you, and I said this when he was with the women, he was with this one woman, especially on whatever, they really scared him. Why? They were young. He might have found them attractive or not. I don't know. And they showed and I mean that sincerely. I think, Andrew, yes. Was that you? I don't know what that is. Yes. Is somebody flatulating in here? Andrew, is that you? I would have given anything. In the middle of his big point. I'm sorry, pardon me. Are you doing that? No, I didn't. That was you. No. But when he was with those young women, it was almost like he's saying their ease, their equipoise, their comfort with their own sexuality or gender, it drove him crazy. And I said, he hates women. Remember when he told his wife, shut up? Remember that? Oh. Why do you think men hate women? Now think about this for a moment. No. Do gay men hate women? No. Openly gay men don't. Openly gay men love women. Women get along great with gay men. Openly gay. Closeted gay men, different story. Because there's an ambivalence there. And there's something weird. And also sometimes, and I don't want to get too deep about this, but one of the problems is that to many people, there was something very, very, very dangerous about the sexual differential, being the superior. It's why, and I'm not suggesting this for a moment, but the reason why predators prey, and why some people even prefer children, because they want to exert this power over them, intimidation. And when they don't feel intimidated, that's why a lot of these creeps never enjoy relationships with people their own age or women their own age, because that doesn't work. Their sexual prowess is the overcoming. It's like Andrew Cuomo, who would. There was a picture of him one time at a party where he's like looking at women, and he was like weird. He's like predatory. It's like, that's not it. Why do you have such a hard time at women? Why do you hate women? Why do you think they're retarded? And do you know what it's like? That this woman just knocked your dick in the dirt. She just let you have it both barrels. Do you understand this? This little lady whose preggers sat there and she just handed it to you. Took your balls through them in a Ziploc bag and said, here you go, Pally. There you go. Not that you're going to be needing these anytime soon. Oh, and he knows that. And all the people in the world who come forward, all of his sycophants, all his minions, all of his acolytes who say, oh, you did a great job. He doesn't believe that for a moment. Two-Eyed Jack says, the outcome wasn't a win or loss against Little Pickles, a.k.a. TPUSA. The outcome was credibility, which grew with each unpre-vetted question she answered. Go Max. Absolutely. She had a countenance. She had a visage. She had an affect. It was one of confidence. Never ruffled. Never. Not even sarcastic. Not even It was almost like very, very therapeutic, like, well, this is what it's about. She talked to him, I told you, that Nurse Ratched style. No Pickles. No, that's not true. Pickles, the reason why the steakhouse was important in Penguin was it goes to show you an aspect of the timeline. The official timeline, no Pickles. It's my timeline. You've heard me say this before. And can we play that tape where you said that Tyler's, that Lance's DNA? No, wait. I know what you're going to do. No, I already told you that was a mistake. And when I make a mistake, I cleared it up and I cleared it up. But that's not a big thing. He thought that was important. He thought that was important. Stuttering John Corleone says, Andrew hasn't had an opening go that bad since he tried opening the pickle jar. Oh, here's the thing little boys try and men do. Interesting. In my mom era, says Erica sent Andrew to act how she does behind the scenes so she doesn't ruin her image. Erica sent Andrew to act how she does behind the scenes. Oh, I see. So he was like doing her dirty work. He's like doing his kind of good cop, bad cop, as it were. Notice, sad to say, Erica doesn't matter. I think Erica came across really badly because she was saying, I tried to meet with Erica. I wanted to meet with Erica. I wanted to talk to Erica. I wanted to be, but it didn't work out. And I'm not going to say what we talked to Erica about because I thought it was great, but I didn't have any problem with her. Did you know at first? He goes, no. I was very close with, of course, with Andrew. Charlie. But I was kind of like her wing woman, and I was glad to see him getting married. Look, the bottom line is this. Charlie, and I know, this was a very inexperienced young man. He talked about being a virgin and all this. And look, and I hope I don't bother anybody, but I know theoretically being a virgin is a good idea. I know that maybe on paper, but not. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't go, it's just. So he didn't know. And I think even Candace had intimated there was a woman or somebody before that he had really fell for. And when she met him, and she's been around. This girl has been around, all right? No, she knows. She's had how many boyfriends and all those tape she was doing, those, what am I trying to say? What's the name of it? Those anyway. So she met him. Remember that story when she talked to her mother, Laurie France? Remember when she met him and supposedly saw him in Israel? I don't know what. These stories, they change. And she said, oh, I'll take care of this guy. Oh, you're new, huh? Okay. Oh, you're a virgin, are you? Well, how you doing there? Oh, you're right. This is a big one here. Yeah. And you run this here, don't you? It's TPUSA. How much do you pull in a year? What? Did all this is you? Yeah. Well, I think you need a woman. What was that again? You're a virgin? Wow. That honeymoon night, I'm going to show you a few things. I'm going to give you a Cleveland necktie. I hope the smell of burning rubber doesn't make you sick to yourself. I'm going to give you a headboard coma. I'm going to put you in a Wahito hold. I'm going to smear you with cream cheese and Bing cherries and knock them off with a slingshot of 5 feet. I'm going to make a brine shrimp paste. I'm going to coat your nads with it, and you can squat over a goldfish bowl. Oh, I'm going to show you stuff. We're going to play hide the soap. I'm going to show you how to squat and pick up change using the hard way. Oh yeah. Oh, and I get done with you, I'll show you will howl. And that's why that bullshit story about when we were on our honeymoon and we were in the gym and I was doing on a honeymoon, I'm surprised this guy could walk. And he said, and he was on the phone getting his lectures. Remember that when they were at Liberty or Hillsdale College, or whatever it was, when Pat, what's his face from Pat, you know who he is, the game show host. He was falling asleep, and she made this bullshit story about, and we were on our honeymoon, and I said, hey, Charlie, what do you think? And he said, well, honey, I'm sorry. I'm on my phone. Wait a minute, you Buster Brown. I thought this was a no phone honeymoon. Well, I'm just doing my last lecture on Ecclesiastes. No. On your honeymoon with this heathen? Are you kidding me? This guy probably has scars to this day. He probably still can't get the ringing out of his ear. I'll bet you she pulls some stuff. You know what this is, Charlie? Turn your head and cough, buddy. I'm going to make your soul sing. I'm going to rock your clock. You know what the Wahito hold is? I'm going to show you. Brace yourself, Bridget. Here we go. To the moon, Alice. This poor guy was probably here. Geez, what the hell is going on here? And the next thing you know, he's like this, and they... Oh, so he didn't know what hit him. He didn't know what hit him. She knew what it was. Come on. Stop it. We've all been around, right? Don't want to talk, don't want to go into detail, but come on. Please. Let me see. Languida says he was clearly unprepared, uncomfortable, without cigarettes. Yes, prompted by TPUSA for sure. He did it for the money. He was not paid because he cares at all for Charlie. He did it for the money. He was paid. Oh, not because he cared at all for Charlie. He wanted it to reach through my phone and choke him. Oh, I would love to meet him. I'd love to see him. I'll say, hey, you. There he is. There's the debater. Wow. Hey, I caught the debate with Candace. One word, buddy. Wow. And he'll say, what do you mean? Oh, I mean, I had my idea of how it would go, but I never thought it'd go like that. And he's thinking, well, is that good or bad? What do you mean? Good or bad? What do you think? Whoa, man, we're not going to forget that one. Well, tell me, was it good or bad? Oh, man. Whoo-wee. That was worth 4 hours. Oh, he's wondering, what did I do? And you know, friends are going to go, hey, that's great. No, hey, no, seriously. Well, how'd I do? Hey, well, how'd I do? Was it good? Oh, man. Hey, look, you tried. What are you know what I mean? No hits, no runs, no errors. Just gonna tell you. When Evan says fave moment or fav, depending upon where you're from. When I thought to myself, he'll probably say, I'm sorry you feel that way to Candace. And then he did 2 seconds later, a walking parody. Oh, he's also a parody and a cliche. Duchess of Camelot says, when Candace says Charlie's legacy is his children, not his organization, she won it from me. Oh, yes. When they were talking about Erica, who, 6 days or so after the murder, after this, remember this? And he goes, hey, guys, how's everybody going? I go like this. Oh, my God. Come on, why the long face? Come on, take it easy. How's that merch doing? Baby needs a new pair of shoes. Coffee's for closers. What are you talking about? Dear heavens. I'm still at it, honey. Mrs. Ellis saying, are you still doing this?
Is it done?
I'm not even done. I'm even closing it.
Are they done?
No, you're not. Hell, I'm not even done yet.
Not you. Is Candace?
Oh, yeah, Candace is done. I'm talking to our family here. Oh, this is. She's like, are you still talking? I said, yes. 11 o'clock. Hell, this morning we couldn't figure out if is it 10 or 11. Well, it's 10 in Central Time. But anyway, Duchess says, when Candace said Charlie's legacy, oh, yes, you're right about that. Allie M says, Joan of Arc slays the masturbator. Yes, Joan of Arc. That, of course, I asked what her confirmation name was. She says Joan. Mine, of course, is Thomas Aquinas. There you go. W. Watt says, Wilson, a master debater. Moore is a master baiter. Yes, that was the pun. Yes, you're right about that. And he's also a jadrul. A jadrul. He's a shtonar. He's shingad. I don't know what the hell the word. He is a Boeotian. He's a dimwit, a dollar, and an icona, a stupex. He's an oaf. He's a chuff, a churl, a bore. He is devoid, demented. He is just morally deprecated. Crikey says, why would Erica Kirk, TPUSA, as Christians, have a filthy mouthed person represent him? Why isn't Erica Kirk elated to have anyone help solve this murder and ask questions? Sincerely, I am asking. Absolutely. I've never heard anything like it. Especially when I mean, imagine. Oh. When he said, if this was my parent, this was my parent, and you're a parent, and I would go, and I thought there was somebody else or some federal, I would go and tell everybody. And Candace very quietly says, no. First of all, there are gag orders. It's not a good idea, perhaps, and you don't want to do this necessarily in court of law. And he just persisted. No, I'll tell you what I would do. I'd be screaming and yelling. I say, no, we're not saying Pickles not to mention it. We're saying that this might be the particular venue or the forum or the avenue of addressing this. He wouldn't let go of it. He thought that was my big thing. And in a world where you're not sure whom to trust, why would you let anybody know what you're thinking? Like the great Don Corleone told Sonny. Jewel Diamond Rock says, I hope this finally helped the Fed slop pushers to understand the preliminary hearing was only for the prosecution to make their claim. That's right, to establish probable cause. And the defense had almost no discovery. Pickles had no clue. Absolutely. In fact, Candace even said repeatedly, no, that's not true. No, that's not true. No, that's not true. Rosalinda Lozano says, they thought they were going to get more followers by hanging on to Candace's coattails. They lost followers guaranteed. Candace is how could she be more popular? We'll find out. It's like, how can somebody be more pregnant or more dead or whatever? We're going to find them more popular. To me, it's already hit saturation point. It's Kit, damn it, new member. Thank you so much, Kit. Our good friend, who is this? Max. Max says, regarding a social blade, Candace got 10,000 new subs today. Crucible got 3,000 new subs. That's good. Well, for Crucible, that's good. And also the numbers of people who are watching. Tammy, Texas Beach Girl says, Candace showed so much poise in class. He is such a pig. You know? Why are you calling women crazy? Why? What man does that? Why? What? I don't know. Why are you? You've got a wife. Do you have daughters? Do you have a sister? Women are stupid. It's like, what planet? I don't, even if you thought it. Candace is a great debater, but an even better master debater. It showed all over Andrew's face. Oh, interesting. This was not a debate. This was not a debate. The question that has to be said was, now listen, Pickles, let me ask you a question. If we went to court today, follow me, Pickles, stop jiggling your leg, take it easy. Can we get you something? You want to take a break? Yeah. You seem a little, are you okay? Yeah. Can we take a break? Hey, Mannequin, Patty, I'm fine. Okay, just want to make sure you're jiggling here. You're making me nervous. You know, with your foot jiggling there. Are you expecting something bad going to happen to you? Do you believe the state of Utah can prove beyond a reasonable doubt, based upon everything that we told you, in the totality, from timelines to weird admissions, to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Tyler did this? Do you really think so? And anybody who does, and you can tell me right away, if you don't know the problems regarding, and Candace even said, how about he says, did you get a text? Here, look at it. No, look at it. No, I forgot. No. Hey, Patty, wake up, Patty. Somebody wake up, Patty. Look at my phone. Read it. Well, do you have any other thing? No, I got this. I had Telegram in Russia. By the way, Telegram, Russia's great. WhatsApp. Little side note. I talked to my wife on the phone. Regular, T-Mobile, whatever. The worst. WhatsApp, like it's next door. I don't know why. But anyway, but she said, no, that's when I was in Russia. I had the Telegram. No, look. No, look. No, forget. No, big shot. No, dick. You said that I'm getting here, look at this. And then he like kept up. And even Patrick said, there's really nothing here. Let it go. What an asshole. Okay, you got that one. Sorry about that. Insert opinions as the moment he stepped out of Candace's house, he went live with Crowder, muddling the waters immediately. I did not see that. And I remember everybody's going to, I hope you don't expect your enemies to ever admit their fault, especially if you have people who are not the brightest. They're going to be less apt to say, you know what, you got me there. Ginger Mama says, thoughts, Pickles saying Tyler Robinson's parents should say innocent. Yes, that's what I was saying before. It's the most ridiculous thing in the world. And Candace said this. She assumes that the defense most probably said to both of them, do not say anything about this. Do not go on TV or say anything. No, absolutely not. He doesn't really get it. My favorite, this is from Red Better, says, my favorite line was, I can explain it to you, but I can't understand it for you. Yes. Thank you for that. I loved it. It's like Daniel Patrick Moynihan said, a person's entitled to their own facts, but not their own, their own opinions, but not their own facts. Oh, I love that. I can explain it, but I can't understand it for you. I love that. How about that? That doesn't make any sense. No, you don't understand. Would you like me to say this again? I'll go slower. Are you following me? Blink once for yes. See, I would have been a prick. You following me? You with me? Why? You just got that look on your face like like you're listening to Esperanto for the first time. He would have attacked me. And that would have been great. I would have done everything. I want this man to attack me. That would be it. I would love to have said, so, Pickles, did you prepare for this at all? I mean, what did you think this was? What is it? What does a debate mean? What? That somehow the heavens will somehow connect with you magically? Is that what it is? I don't think so. Ruthella Young says, Candace did a great job showing his spirit, and it isn't from our faith. Indeed. Jordan Kendall says, I would have liked to hear in response, it's not my job to prove anything. That's the state's job, which they haven't done. Bless you and Lynn. Thank you. Oh, you're right about that. See, that, by the way, is profoundly one of the most fundamental issues, which a lot of people don't understand. The defendant has no duty whatsoever to do anything. You got to prove this. And the only thing in the world is if there is a God, to put this guy, this prosecutor, have it be Pickles, he wouldn't know what to do. Because he's arguing things that you got to prove something. They brought this up. If put it this way. Now, Pickles, maybe you've never had this happen to you. Maybe this is new to you. So let me try to be fair. You see, we're at kind of a different level. And we have people who talk to us from governments, from countries, from intel agencies all over the world. Some people would be in a lot of trouble if ever it was found out that they spoke to us. And you see, we don't do anything in our power to violate that. So when I say to you that we have reason to believe, as who was it? It was Joe Kent said they found Israeli phones or something, and we say we think Israeli operatives or Israeli Mossad or Amman or whoever the hell it was. It's because we know. Now, I know you, what evidence is that? I know you don't know this because nobody in their right mind is calling you up and giving you notes on the QT. But do you know who Charlie was? Do you have any idea? This man counseled the president. Do you know how many people, a world he opens up to? Levels of government, layers, concatenations. I love that. Stratified layers. So when I tell you we think it's Israel, we didn't pull this out of our ass. There is no evidence. I'm not going to give you a name. Who was it? Well, that's easy. It's my friend from the State Department. His name is Tony Yablonsky. No! What is he thinking? This evidence will never satisfy him. You get insight. You get, this is what's going on. You get blind gossip. I've heard stuff about Taylor Swift. I'm never going to say it on the air. But if I told you, you would say, that makes sense. But it's just, it sounds plausible, but it's just what people in the know say. But everybody admits to it. Now, is that proof or not? I don't know. You see, Pickles, there are people that we know. And I could say, see that guy? Yeah. He's with the Genovese family or the Columbos or whatever it is. He's in the mob. That guy, made, straightened out, got his button. You know what I mean? Got his badge. Yeah. I can't prove that. But everybody knows it. I was never there at the induction ceremony. You know what I mean? There are people that see that guy, he's fooling around with his wife. We know things. And everybody responds to it, and we don't have proof of things. I don't know what his proof is that he wants. He doesn't understand it either. He just wants to be obstinate. And that it's that obstinacy that drives me nuts. Cadman says, Erica Kirk becomes a widow. Andrew Wilson, I better hug this retard and offer her my condolences. Yeah, he did not really. I wish, and Candace, by the way, has to always go by her own feelings. I would have said, retard? Explain that one to me. And just wait. Let him answer. You think that's funny? You think that's funny? Do you call your wife a retard? Do you? What does she think about that? Do you have any daughters? What if somebody called your daughter a retard? What if your daughter married some lug, some Boeotian like you, called him a retard? What would you think about that? Do you think, and this is a trick, you just keep pushing it. Do you think, Pickles, that this is funny? No, maybe it's me. Maybe I got a terrible sense of humor. I don't think that's funny. Do you think that's funny? Do you tell people that? Did you tell Erica, by the way, hi, nice to meet you. You're the retard. Hey, too bad. I'm surprised Charlie married a retard like you. No, because when you felt the jack coming your way, maybe through one of the biggest con jobs ever, teaching people how to debate, this simian, you didn't decide then to lay it on Erica that she was a moron, a retard, some simpleton, right? You don't do that. So you say it behind her back. Is that what you say? Or you say it online? Do you know what you're saying? Just curious. Pickles, do you have any clues of what you're saying? AB6 says, I had no doubt Candace was going to be great, but I didn't know the clown was so retarded, huh? It's true. And somebody said before, you put this thumbnail up. I swear to God. Did you see that? I don't know who it was. You put this thumbnail up first, didn't you? Before it came out, I say, yeah. It's like some little league, baseball team going up against the 27 Yankees, Murderers Row. Yeah. Yeah, I did that. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you didn't know. I knew. Anyway, Diener says, Pickles meets criteria for a psych eval. Yes. His is, by the way, where he is not necessarily, it's funny you say that. His is not, psychotic or, or he's to be hospitalized. He has personality kind of disorders. He has not antisocial. He's not psychopath or anything, but he's just got basically there's this category. And I have a friend of mine who's a psychiatrist. He knows the DSM-5 like nobody's business. And he'll say, what do you call that guy? He goes, fucked up. I'm sorry, I hate to be, but it's like he is like royally fucked up. He is just fucked up. He's not, no. You notice you got to say that. When you talk about Pickles, he's not just fucked up. It's like, fucked up. I mean, he is royally. He's like, where did you get this idea you were a debater? Where did it first hit? Whoever told you, hey, you're pretty good at that. You ought to go on the internet and fool people into thinking you're a debater. Ashley Patterson says, I was so happy when PBD asked him about the evidence he claimed to have. Then he immediately, like, what the heck? Then immediately, like, what the heck? When he said people have to watch my show to see it. He has to pay me $300,000 to watch. Yes, you're right about, interestingly enough, PBD, I can't say it enough. And I think you're right, Ashley. You probably agree. Because let's face it, he did a hell of a job. He knew exactly what to do. He did not in any way involve himself or insinuate himself, I think, unfairly or inappropriately in the midst, in the exchange. Brian Moore said he confused masturbator with masturbator. You got the joke. Nothing gets past you, my friend. Why, you crazy bastard, you. Jen Bambina says, sorry I'm late. She had him in a sweat by the end. Yes. See, I thought this son of a bitch is going to get the throwaway. And then I don't know what happened. But towards the end, ooh, it showed. Did you feel the same way? Where all of a sudden I thought he's going to get away with it. Nope. Not even close. Stephen, by the way, Stephen, thank you so much. That's Steve? Yeah, Steve H, I should say. Sparky, you know him, you love him. Sparky says, it's possible Candace already knew the answer about whether or not Pickles was in the army and judged it to be neither here nor there. I do wonder, maybe he's continuing in his Cub Scouts, counting in his time in the Cub Scouts. No, I think if you found out he was not, you wanted to get him so that all the crowdsourcers. Did you ever say you were in the military? Did you ever say you were in the army? Did you ever say you were in the army? Were you in the army? You got to think of every. Remember the famous story where Bill Clinton says it depends on what the definition of is. Remember that one? He was in a deposition with, I think his name was Catalano or something. It was Paula Jones's lawyer, and I spoke to him. And they said, Mr. President, the famous deposition, did you ever have sex with whatever? And he said, let me define for you what sex is. Now, he was going to answer the question. The way he asked the question was something to the effect of sex means where you kind of do something to somebody else, not somebody does it to you. See what I mean? So they created the definition, and Bill Clinton said, okay, if that's your definition, and he answered it. See, sometimes you just want to let people talk. Don't box them in, because he might be smart enough, though I doubt in his particular case, he might be smart enough to figure a way out. K-Jim says she feels sorry for him because he smelled so bad. Didn't he look like he smelled bad? Do you ever look at people and say, ooh, I am very offended by any kind of BO or funk, even a musty ooh. Ooh, I go berserk. I'm very fastidious about smells, big time. High on Jack says, I don't think this debate solved anything. Agreed. Uh, and no minds were changed. Both camps walked away thinking they beat the other. PBD made a lot of money though. Did PBD make any money? Maybe he did. Maybe if people who watched, maybe AdSense revenue or something. I guess I don't know. Maybe I don't think anybody paid him. Maybe they did. I don't know anything. I still don't understand why Pickles paid 300,000 for that. I don't understand it. But I think Candace said, I did okay. And you realize some people, you're not going to, there's only so much you can do with somebody. If you're talking to, let's say, a drunk or somebody under anesthesia, you can be the best debater you are, but nobody will understand it. Jay Bogey says, Andrew Wilson is an idiot. Resolved. Thank you. No argument here, my friend. Steven says, low IQ pickle. There we go. Ahimsa Alexander says, I thought about a cuckable mug Christmas made in mockery of his hatred of another content creator named Sarah. He has been rolling like this for a while. I think it's a good idea. See Sarah, a woman invariably. Ginger Mama says, every post on X says Candace Owens won except PBD post. Listen, do we even have to go and seriously look? Though I'll check later. Cornell Welch, thank you so much, my friend. Warlock Lander says he was reading his opening statement. Lame. I could not believe there's recency effect, primacy effect. The first thing somebody does and the last thing somebody does will stay in your mind. And the first thing he did was read, and poorly at that, his own words. And Candace is like this, like, what? To see your face, like, what? Huh? You're kidding me. Sparky says, Louise Fletcher really nailed the Nurse Ratched character. Excellent performance. Oh, she did. And that's a little bit what Candace had imparted. That's kind of like, now listen, Randall. Let's be very calm now. I know this means a lot to you. I know you don't know the difference between murder and aggravated murder. Our friend Cornell White says, pickles, pudding pie. Every time he talked, he would surely die. With every little word, he became more absurd. All his bees would never fly. Ooh, very good. I like that. Peace Pen says, love you, Lionel. Pickle said the bullet would cause wind. If he'd shot a gun through the grass, he'd know not a blade would move. No wind from the bullet moved Charlie's shirt. Love you from Australia. Bless your heart. You know, he was talking, I mean, he thinks the wind, this, and then the necklace and the goes side left, he goes this way. The bullet's coming from the front. And he even said, some people look around like this. I still think, I will tell you the part that crack that you heard, I don't know where people thought it came from, because remember, it's in a weird bowl sort of a thing, and sounds can regenerate. Oh, he also said an explosion. Why do you think something that is going to go from here to here, you don't need a lot of, this is going to be short distanced. This, if this is indeed the theory, and again, it's a hypothesis, I don't necessarily adopt it yet. I think this is still being fleshed out, and I do not necessarily possess a degree of expertise in this, but if it goes a short amount of distance, you're not going to need a lot of gunpowder behind that one. I wouldn't think. Sparky says, Smoke Boy got smoked. Indeed. Rhiannon says, I feel for the goldfish. I feel bad for the goldfish. I feel bad for the goldfish. Oh, yes. Yeah, okay. I'm thinking it's from a moment ago. What's going on here? Yes, squatting over there. Thank you very much. Jay Watt says, Charlie Kirk thought with little head, not big one with Erica Kirk. Well, we don't know. Bless his heart. You know, it's going to be a year. It's going to be a year in about a month. Andrew the Freemason loves goats. Ronnie in Las Vegas. Ginger Mama says, I can explain it to you, but not understand for you. I loved that line. I will use this and incorporate it in my particular quiver, as it were. Zilwaukeelan says, wish PBD would have actually moderated. Did you see him looking at other things of Candace's phone? Yes, like, oh, you like Wordle too? Anyway. Bless his heart. Look, he did the best he could. Don't you understand this? He did the best he could. He just sat there and he just didn't get in the way, and he tried to, remember at the end, he tried to give them valedictory. And that's why we got to really, because we're here, because of the truth. And then, whatever. He just kind of like said, I'm tired. I'm going to get the hell out of here. I wonder if they all partied. What do you think happened when did Candace say, thank you, and got and went to another room? Did she shake hands? What were the parting words that nobody saw? I would have said something like, let's do this again sometime. Have a nice day. Boom. And just let him. Would you show Mr. Wilson out? Yes, thank you very much. I would have loved to have seen that. Tinfoil hat, Ms. Dana says, the only thing overwhelming was his dislike of women. Yes, Candace handled him perfectly. PBD couldn't keep up with Candace. PBD knows. You know why? Because he stays in his lane. He knows. Man's got to know his limitations. The bitch from Pittsburgh says the Kama Sutra had to publish the supplement because of Erica Franz. Yes, because of her own. She probably had the Wahito hold. That's another one too. You know, what the hell is this? Our good friend Penny Witt brought near death. These names, and then you have 6489. Was there somebody else who was Penny Witt brought near death? PE6. There was another one. What? Him accusing Candace Owens of getting answers via text during the debate. Then she calls his bluff by handing her his phone to PBS, or PBD rather. Take that, you little troll. I loved it. I love that as well. Kate Grand Rapids says he'll probably sue her too, like Harpole did, because his debate training business is going to crash and burn from this day forward. He has no cause of action to sue her for anything. And I think Mr. Harpole, depending upon his accusation, I believe his form of libel or something, or defamation was that she said something that affected his business or something. She says, what was your favorite moment? Also, do you like fried pickles? Love them. Fried green tomatoes, fried pickles? Oh, yes. Absolutely. My favorite moment was at the end when he started losing it, where something happened where he got tired or he snapped. Something and Candace says, no, you can't. Remember the debate, you can't just go off and you can't start questioning me. And she was like, just, saying like, you can't do that. I thought we agreed you can't do that. You can't do that. I don't want you to do that. He just lost it. But I'm telling you, we've been up since 8 o'clock. Not I guess that far, but 8 o'clock today. Excuse me. Pardon me. Incoming. Hey, Pickles. That's for you, babe. We were up since, so I've been doing this, talking to you a long time, and it's pretty exhausting. Ronnie in Las Vegas says Rachel Wilson was. We're not going to say that. We don't know anything about Rachel Wilson. I think Rachel Wilson, by the way, is probably far more interesting than he is. Far more interesting. Andrew is a misogynistic pig. No arguments there, please. Edie Crowley, the lovely Edie Crowley. And thank you for the bookmark. Thank you. I don't have it with me here, but I've got it from my favorite Please follow Lynn's Warriors. Yes, thank you for that. Thank you. Tinfoil hat. Ms. Dana says, Erica now knows how Andrew feels about her. Oh, yes. Well, she did then. And remember something, my friend, you're not going to be seeing much of Erica again. You're just not going to see her because she's just, it's enough. It's enough. We're just getting tired. We're moving on. We wish you the best. We wish you peace. We wish she and her family happiness. John Allen says Andrew's position was overwhelming evidence, but he just went after claims made by Candace. He barely touched any of the evidence because he doesn't know the evidence. Ginger Man says it's now 4 a.m. Western Australia. Love to you. Go Pops. G Pops, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Bless your heart. Alex Snyder, 700 says you should put up a poll who won. We will. Check my X account at Lionel Media. You'll see. Marianne Duccolo says Andrew's foot was moving all through the debate. He could have walked 1,000 miles. Yes, that nervousness. It was immutable. D-Ban Paul said, did you notice his nervous foot action? Yes, all through his debate. Erica got the wrong spokesperson. Once again, she so won this debate. Well, when do you think are they just going to stop this nonsense? Jeremy Galloway says he was clearly gaslighting, as anyone denying the obvious questions involved are. There are so many of them that are. They are not confused. They are blatantly lying. Have we had enough Americans? Yes, we have. But today was a delight, a grand delight. Stephen Salty, bless his heart, says cheap cologne to mask the cig smell. Tangled sheets and sweet perfume. No matter what we were caught. The great Dale Watson said that. Diesel Smoke and Lace says a bullet will produce some air movement, but not that big or that far away from where the bullet struck, especially coming from the angle the rifle was shot. P.S. Love what you do. Thank you so much. Sparky says, I'd guess George and Candace invited Pickles and crew to a backyard cookout, but Pickles turned them down so he could get busy spinning the outcome on social media. We never know about that. My friends, wasn't this just seriously one of the most wonderful events ever? Did you not absolutely, positively love it? Now, let me ask first, and all you have to do is just do this very simple thing for me. If you believe, I can't believe I'm going to ask you, if somebody asked this question, if you believe that Candace won, press the number 1. Just 1. If you believe that Pickles won, press the number 2. You got that? If you believe that Candace Owens won, press the number 1. If you believe that Pickle, whatever you think, press the number 2. Watch this. This says it all. Watch when they start pouring it. This is it. And it's not because you're biased or you're in love with her, it's because you're biased by the truth. You're biased by and from the obvious, without a doubt. Incredible. Look at this. It was just phenomenal. We won so much. And somewhere, if you believe that Charlie is looking down, and if Charlie could say something to his great friend Candace, he would say, thank you. Thank you for caring. And he says it derivatively to all of us. Thank you. Let me tell you something. Just to remind you, this is not about having some kind of a weird Candace fetish or being in love with Candace or whatever, however people want to say it. It's not that at all. This is about something even more important. This is about truth and justice and real. And somebody has to speak for him. Way Out, Way In says, give Sengo fundraiser. Give Sengo fundraiser is not active now. What? Wow. Well, we'll look at that one. I don't know what that's about, but we'll see. This man is not long for the road. He's not long for this. He's ersatz. He's fictive. He's synthetic. He's unicellular. He's not real. There's no there. Still doing it. He is fake. He is phony. He's not in it. His whole thing is, I'm going to debate you. He actually said, I'm going to, and he, did you hear him claim he's an anti-Zionist? Did you understand why? He's the only one who can say he's an anti-Zionist, and nobody gets upset with him because they don't understand what he said. What do you stand for? Let me tell you about something, in case you've just came here. And I mean that sincerely. Can you imagine it? During the whole thing, right when, imagine this scene. Imagine just as Pickles is reading his, right off the bat, all of a sudden you hear that. And I just look at him. He said, what was that? What was what? That. I don't know. He said, anyway, as I was saying, and the issues are 30 seconds. What do you mean? What's the matter? What? I don't know what you're talking about. Patrick, you got a problem with that? Stop doing that. Stop doing what? It would, I swear to God, tomorrow, all over the world. And everybody said, did you see that guy? Oh yeah. Did you see that guy? No, I didn't. Did you see that guy? He was fart. No, I didn't. But then again, if for those of you who are just brand new to this, I got to tell you something, and I said this before. Something's happening so critically in our society now. First and foremost, Candace came along. Two events happened. October the 7th of 23, which was, of course, Gaza, and September the 10th of last year. Those two important things. Everything started to change. Candace came along. Most of us said, hey, that's okay. Remember after the Brigitte Macron thing, I said, okay, I like her. She's spunky. I don't know enough about it, but you know, what are you going to do? And I realized this woman is ready for something. Jeremy Galloway, by the way, says, you are right, my friend. This is more about truth and honesty. It's not just Charlie Kirk. They lie about, but the blatantly lying shows how so many of them can work together. Yes, and it goes to show you, again, this kind of this multiplicity of lies and deception. Professor Pickle is indeed. By the way, pickle is a cucumber, right? A pickle is a cucumber. A jadrule is from the Italian cidrulo, which is cucumber. So there you go. I mean, but many of you came along, just like Sparuski, who says, I don't care who you are, farts are funny. Yes. Yes. I've been saying this. Years ago, thank you, Walker, I was in a show called News TV. News. It was in the New Yorker building, which is where it always smelled like a kimchi because the Koreans lived. I'm serious. The Moonies were there. And I was on with, remember Curtis and Lisa Sliwa? She's now Lisa Evers. She's very popular. She's on Channel 5 locally. She she had like Street Warriors. She's Hot 97. Very, very popular. So I was on, and I had this hand thing, but I can really do this much better. In fact, this came when we met Leslie Nielsen, the actor from Naked Gun. He had this machine called a handy gas, and the first time we met him, he did this, and I said, "What the hell's going on with her?" And I said, "This is odd." And later on we said, "Did you meet Leslie Nielsen?" Because he went to this Wade Boggs charity game every year. And we met him. I said, "Did you meet this guy yet? Did he fart?" He goes, "He farted me too." Wait a minute. So he went and said, "What are you doing?" And he had this hand design. So anyway, I was doing this thing with Lisa, and I had my lavalier mic, kind of like my own road mic, and I moved it down a little bit. Nobody was paying attention. And I had my stuff ready. And she says, "Good evening," or good morning, or whatever it is. "Our guest today is from," and I started to do that. And that's not a good one. There we go. And all of a sudden, she just talks, and I hear in her IFB, "What's that? What the hell's that noise?" He said, "He's a radio folks from WABC." And I said, "How are you?" I said, "Hi, Lisa, nice to you." I said, "Pardon me." I said, "I don't know if it's the coffee or what." And she looks at me, so I stopped. She looks at me. So anyway, so as the end, he goes, "Thank you for being our guest. Coming up next, things in your bathroom that can kill you or whatever." So the boom goes out, and you can't see us or hear us. Now, she's a black belt in karate, very famous. She's no pushover. And she's looking at me and she says, "I'm going to kill you." You understand that? I'm going. And I'm going like this. No, don't try to change the subject. And I had all my friends with me. Oh, God, the late Dick Oliver was in there, Bruce, and everybody's howling. Who goes in a TV show and starts farting? Who? I've done this a million times. I'm telling you, it's funny. It's hysterical. And nobody wants to know what it is. I do it all the time at CVS. Excuse me. Do you know where I can get? Is it called Beano? No. Is it called rectal lax or something? I don't know what it is. It's like a stool softener, and it's a rectal itch combined. Can you check for me? And they just look at you like, what? And you can walk into New York with a severed head, and they don't look at you in any event. Well, my friends, we've been through this, and welcome. You've had more fun here than anybody else. We were waiting for this. We're probably going to retool tomorrow. I've had enough of this. I am frankly through with this. Thank you for wasn't this fun? Give yourself a big hand. Wasn't this great? Isn't Candace great? Isn't all this great? I love it. Absolutely love it. So tomorrow we'll be back. We'll do kind of a recap on this. Tonight, this morning on WABC, if you're around 770 WABC, I'm going to be on 2 to 5. Mrs. L she's always my guest on Saturday mornings. They're not going to understand anything about this, so what's the point of this? Some foreign news outlets want me to talk about them because they understand it. This is huge. Today, you understand, today was appointment. Today, how many of you stopped what you were doing and just said, "I'm not going to go out. I'm going to go, I've been waiting for this." Do you know how many of us watch this? Do you know how many and people are going to watch it later? Jeremy Galloway says, very interestingly, Jeremy Galloway says, "I feel like Candace Owens and all of us are being too nice to these people. It is beyond obvious they're blatantly lying. Honest debate is not possible in this situation, and they are trying to mislead the public." Jeremy, my dear friend, thank you for that. But let me tell you something. We're going to get them. And I'm telling you, with great folks like Candace, with Barron and with others, and Ian, and I hope Ian does well, and everybody else for that matter. Everybody else. And today I saw another channel that was Nisi was on, and Cassia was on. There's so many. It's like we're part of this family. So many people. See, we're committed to this. Their side is anti-Candace. They don't give a shit about Charlie one way or the other. They don't care about him. They don't care about Charlie, Erica, none of them. They don't care about Tyler. They don't care. It's about Candace. She draws the fire. It's about Candace. Well, guess what? I'm ready. And they don't know what and let me tell you, with all of us, they don't know what they've done. Remember, like from Jack Reacher, remember, they wanted this. Do you know who we are? And not only that, we're brand new people. And people like the great Tucker Carlson and his brother Buckley and Joe Kent, Thomas Massey, MTG. We have a third party. Actually, it's a second party. Everything's changing. Are we conservative? I don't know. We want the truth. We want honesty. And we might not agree with every single thing, but we agree so much on this. Colleen Kelly says, okay, was that a dermatologist laughing? I think he's giving me prescriptions for psych drugs. How was your thing? How was your you had your, didn't you have some lesions or something removed? Isn't that it? By the way, yesterday I didn't tell you this. I walked out of the doctor's office and had my eyes looked at. And I walked out and I walked out going like this. It was so funny. Just for a moment, people said, like, and this one woman was like that. Thank you very much. Yes, I'm here for the prescription. And I said, oh my God. And I'm walking out like this. I know it doesn't sound like much. How many times as a dermatologist, I walked out like this. And just walked out. It was great. People say, what the hell's the matter with him? A friend of mine one time went to a blood bank. This was the greatest. So he goes to the blood bank. He's back there and he yells, ow! Just like that. And people got up. I love that. Last one. True story. There was a place on 8th Avenue. It was called Gruen or something optical. They're not there anymore. And I walked in one day and they had all of these kids. It was an optometrist or optician, glasses and stuff. And they were having their eyes checked for, first grade or whatever the school was. And I had to go to get my glasses for my driver's license. In any event, so I went down, I sat down, and I gave him the old Cash Patel. I said, yes, can you help me out with this thing? And I'm looking, and he's looking at me like this. I said, you okay? I said, yeah, I got a little headaches every now and then, but you know what? Why? Something wrong? No, seriously, are you concerned? No, it's okay. So then I told him I was kidding. So as I walked out, I'm almost out the door, and I turned around and I said, enemas? You never told me anything about an enemas. This is an eye exam. Look, I don't mind you doing it, but warn me. Enemas? And I walked out, and I'm walking down, and he goes, I'm talking out loud, and I can see this guy telling him, no, he's kidding. Anyway, I had a great day today. We won today, my friends. Charlie, this is for you. All right, my friends, don't forget, follow. Thank you. Make sure you follow us. Please like this video. Like what we do. Today was grand. Please follow us at Lionel Nation right here. Make sure you're still subscribed. Make sure also you hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. Please follow Mrs. L at Lynn's Warriors. Lynn's Warriors. This is God's work to protect children from online predation. She needs your help and support because there is an active movement out there. I swear to God, I'm not overreacting because she's daring to go up against big tech. Think I'm kidding? It's the God's honest truth. Anyway, I love you. You have a great and a glorious day. Follow me on X at Lionel Media. And until tomorrow, so my friends, we did it. We did it. Candace, you knocked them out, kid. You were superb. Until tomorrow, remember the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue ya. Da.